So, two playstyles are starting to get introduced into FIFA, which is about a month earlier than last year. And we're going to talk about everything that is impacted because of this. But before we do go and start the video, if you guys are interested, I do offer a daily subscriber trading service over on Twitch, which can get for free with Amazon Prime. All you got to do is click on the top link in the description and subscribe over on Twitch. It is either £5, €5, or $6, or like I said earlier, free with Amazon Prime. In there you get yourself daily updated trading guides, daily updated investing guides, with lots of investments. Recent cheap investment that did very well, if I can go and load them up, was the likes of Rudiger. We ran and recommended Rudiger yesterday for 19.5k with his shadow because of the Bellingham coming out. Well, he went from 19.5 up to 25k in a matter of hours. So yeah, really nice investment that's done very well there. But without further ado, let's go and talk a little bit about the news that's come out in the last 24 hours and basically how it's going to affect the market over December and maybe even early January. And that is that the winter wildcards are going to feature two playstyle pluses. So obviously this is something we had to wait till Team of the Year last year, which was the end of January. So them dropping it mid to late December, a month earlier than last year, I think is going to have a massive market impact. Now, we covered in yesterday's video that we saw a massive market crash between this Friday through to, was it Boxing Day, so the 26th of December, and then the market rebounded after that. Well, what I think, because we got two play styles on these players, I think the crash is going to be even heavier. It's a concept of like new toys. You know, as soon as we get new toys, no one cares about the old ones. And that's kind of the same with promo cards and old icons and heroes and gold cards. Especially if they're going to start introducing these into SBCs, if they're going to start introducing them into evos. Because as soon as you start, you know, allowing two playstyle pluses, it kind of, you can have someone who's a worse card with two playstyle pluses who's more desirable than a better card. So yeah, basically it's like a new toy style concept. So they talked about this right here, saying Winter Wildcards will feature two playstyle pluses, and they talked about it with Haaland. Because Haaland is actually the first and the only player so far leaked to be in Winter Wildcards. But they're doing a bit of an interesting concept. Now, we've seen this concept in the past where they've given players out of position cards, or they've given players multiple cards in packs, but with different sort of positions. We saw it happen a little bit with Trophy Titans. We've seen it in the past with out of positions, or we've seen it happen with Foot Birthday, or we've seen it happen with Footies, we've seen it happen with Shapeshifters. We've seen loads of promos where they put players in random positions. Not so many times where they have both in packs at the same time, so the striker one and the centre back one. This can lead to people getting trolled pretty badly. For example, let's say the centre back one, undesirable, 500k. Striker one, highly desirable, 2 mil. Leads for a lot of people out there getting trolled, but nonetheless, you're never going to complain too much about packing yourself in 94 Haaland. I don't think these are official stats, and likewise I don't think these are the official playstyles on him, but it is just a concept that has been leaked to come during Winter Wildcard, which is a promo again this Friday. Well, as I say, it's quite interesting because we had to wait till Team of the Year last year, and Team of the Year actually came out on the 28th, I believe, of January. So, yeah, over a month early on two playstyles. And the first time they introduced it was with Team of the Year Men, obviously the Team of the Year Women, Team of the Year Icons, and then the Team of the Year Honourable Mentions. Now, because it is significantly earlier than last year, I do think we're not going to see double playstyles on the vast majority of the cards. This will be a little bit comparable to when we saw playstyles being introduced after Team of the Year. So you can see right here, this was the promo that followed Team of the Year last year, which was Road to the Final. We can see that EA were introducing double playstyles, but they didn't do it to all players. So we can see Leao got 2, we can see Kroos got 2, Pedri got 2, Jesus got 2, Horan got 2, Lukaku got 2, Fati got 2, but Nunez 1, Sule 1, Zambo Anguissa 1, Jimenez 1, Mirino 1, Xavi Simons 1, Emerson, Teller by Gonzalez, and that woman. Yeah, we can see the vast majority had 1, but they did go and give 2 to some of the ones I guess they had more premium. And I kind of expect this sort of concept to come through with Winter Wildcard, but probably to a more extreme sense of, I'd only imagine 3 or 4 will have 2 playstyles, and then the vast majority will have 1 playstyle, and maybe they'll have something a bit different. Like last year we saw some players getting 99 stats and so on. Yeah, so it'll be very interesting to see how they introduce this. I was also doing a little bit of research into this, so I researched which promo teams had them, and then I did a little bit of research into, well, you know, the promo teams having 2 playstyle pluses is interesting, but I think what's probably more interesting to the vast majority of you guys is when are these going to start hitting SBCs? Probably also evos, but I'll be honest with you, I hadn't researched that. So I kind of researched, okay, well, Team of the Year drops on the Friday. How long did it take for them to start doing SBCs with 2 playstyles? Well, the first player, Bruno Fernandes, didn't have 2 playstyles. The second player, George Best, had 2 playstyles. So again, this was 1 or 2 days after we've only just got promo cards of 2 playstyles, we're already getting SBCs. We then went and saw them go back to Alphonso Davies, 1 playstyle. Where, Alex Morgan, 1 playstyle. I have a weird ongoing joke where I call her Wes Morgan. So, weird slip of the tongue there. But Sauer, 2 playstyles. And then I was a bit interested. I say, well, maybe it's just the icons that got 2 playstyle pluses. But no, towards the back end, we went and got ourselves a Luka Modric who had 2 playstyle pluses. Then went to research, what about the RTK? Well, if I'm not wrong, Josh Kimmich came out with 1 playstyle. And all the RTK players I found only came out with 1 playstyle plus. But the promo after Road to the Finals, next to every single SBC got 2 playstyles. For example, it's when we got that Pina with 2 playstyles. We saw Shevchenko with 2 playstyles. Wasn't necessarily everyone, because I think we got like a Ruben, wasn't a Ruben Neves, it was a Trincao, I think, when he was playing for Wolves, and he only got 1 playstyle. But they do start, giving us 1 or 2 players, I'd say, a week with 2 playstyle pluses. Now, it could be a little bit like what we saw with Team of the Year, where it's only the more premium players like the George Best, like the Sauer, not the cheaper cards, but the more expensive ones. And I can expect that. With there being heroes and icons in this promo, I think, if they do go in double playstyle plus players, it might be like a rubbish icon or a rubbish hero, kind of hyped up a bit or juiced up a bit, but then goes and gets himself 2 playstyle pluses. So like I say, what do I think this will do to the market? Well, I do think it will. We already saw drops of about 20-30% between this Friday to Boxing Day, so the 26th. But I think those can be even heavier, because previously with Winter Wildcard, if I can go and grab last year's ones, the cards obviously were very hyped, but there weren't anything too out of the normal of what we saw on previous promos. So if we go ahead over here to Pele, this was like the first thing we had last year. Do pardon my throat. So it was nothing too crazy. We had a few cards that were a bit interesting, like Wijnaldum 99 physical, Eze 99 passing, and the odd icons with maybe position changes. But it wasn't anything too crazy. But I think with double playstyle pluses, I do think, especially if they start rolling into SBCs, start rolling into evos, I definitely think we can start seeing players getting replaced. And EA has actually sped up the evo cycle of putting icons in this year. In previous years, EA waited till I think it was like February to use icons and evos. This year, they literally allowed us to use icons and evos as of a few days ago. So EA's definitely sped up the cycle of evos. So, will they start allowing us to use 2 playstyle plus players, or players to get 2 playstyle pluses? Potentially. So, what other stuff do we know? We also know there is a Winter Wildcard Evo card. This isn't that crazy. A lot of the promos we've had have had specific Evo cards added. Well, there's your Winter Wildcard Evo. I expect loads over the likes of Christmas. But that kind of wraps that up. Again, another interesting concept that was leaked is that we do have players who are going to be fit in multiple positions. A lot of time these are... So another concept that's been leaked for Winter Wildcard is that players are going to fit multiple positions. The vast majority of the time, this is literally just fullbacks. They're allowed to go and play centre mid. Centre mids, they're allowed to go and play fullbacks. Centre backs, they're allowed to go and play CDM and centre mid. Sometimes you get CDMs that have the centre back position unlocked. And then, of course, you get these sort of wacky ones where strikers can play centre-back. And you'll probably get the old random player that can play goalkeeper and goalkeeper that can play outfield. We saw this last year with Lev Yashin's centre-back card and Van Nistelrooy getting a goalkeeper card. So, yeah, don't expect that being the last of these sort of crazy position changes. But I think it's quite interesting that they give us a striker and a centre-back, because last year we'd normally just go and get the centre-back. And that kind of wraps up what we have regarding Winter Wildcard. So let's talk a little bit about the content we've had in the last 24 hours. Now, we went and got ourselves the Bellingham and the... Bellingham and the Bonmati, but we didn't expect these cards. We didn't expect these cards to be this good whatsoever. When they were leaked, we knew they'd be 89 rated cards, but very rarely, when someone is an 89 rated card, are they going to end up with, if I'm not wrong, more? They end up with more total face stats. Right there, he's got himself. You've got to work the reverse, so it's going to be. He's got himself 15 more stats. And he's got himself 7 less stats. So he's got an additional 8 face stats. Bear in mind he's a -1. So the cards weren't expected to be this whatsoever. And they've actually thrown the market quite a lot. Let's go and show you some of the rises we've seen on the players. So some of the link investments we saw the likes of Rodrigo go from 9k up to 13k. And he's actually going out of packs for Team of the Week. So he's bound to go extinct this week, but no money on gambling on price range updates. Eder Militao is interesting because he was very heavily invested, which means before the card even came out, he was 66k. He went back down there to 56k, but he's back up now to 66k and will continue rising through Thursday Div Rivals and rise on Friday. Courtois we saw go from 20k and he was up at 31k. It's back down now, and we'll probably rebound going into this afternoon, but then back down Thursday morning and rebound Thursday morning onwards. Rudiger, like I said, we recommended in the guide. We recommended him at 19.5 with a shadow, and he went up there to 24k. He's back down now, but with a shadow managed to hold a slightly higher price. So there are some of the link investments doing well for Bellingham. Mendy also did pretty well. If I can go and show you Mendy. Mendy went in the pre-hype 17 to 23. Then he's got there to 30k, and he's kind of held 30k since. We do have the likes of Bonmati. I didn't really find much went up for Bonmati, apart from Rafinha didn't seem to be too bad. Although I'd be honest with you, yeah, it's nothing too crazy. Went from like 7k and he's up to like 8.2k, so nothing too crazy on the likes of Bonmati's links. Well, it's quite interesting because we now go look at the cards that have dropped the most in the last 24 hours. We can see centre mids galore. In fact, it's quite rare to find someone in the top 100 players that have dropped that is not a centre mid. Bellingham, Zaire, Schneider, Joelinton, all taking cuts of 40%, with informed Bellingham taking a cut of 72%. Then move on to more midfielders, Marquisio, Valverde, Putellas, Paulinho. Again, big old crashes there. More centre mids there. Everyone's a centre mid apart from Navas there. Everyone there's a centre mid. Everyone there is a... I think he can be played as a centre mid. Everyone there is a centre mid. Everyone there is a centre mid. It is insane that literally the top 100 most players who've dropped the most, I think everyone apart from 2 or 3 players is a CDM to cam, or has CDM to cam sort of position utility. So, yeah, massive drops. We do expect the out-pack players to go and rebound till Friday midday. I don't think they rebound to the prices they were previously, but yeah, we do expect to go and see a rebound on them. Likewise, the link investments that are out of pack should rise till Friday. The link investments that aren't in packs, the link investments that are in packs at the moment, so like the gold cards, they'll drop Thursday morning, be a really good investment Thursday morning, and then we'll go and flip them Friday midday. So yeah, do keep an eye out for like your Mendy's, Courtois, Rudiger, to go and pick up on the Thursday morning. Valverde was not link investment because, of course, centre mids getting replaced by centre mids, not necessarily being a link investment. But yeah, the drops on these were pretty crazy. You can see Zaire, 35k, dropped down there to 22 yesterday, but he's still down at 20. Even really nice cards like Schneider, 107, dropped down there to 70 yesterday, he's still down at 66. I think you could probably go and buy them at the current prices and flip them on the Friday midday. You don't want to hold on to them too long after Friday. Like I say, we expect a big market crash on Friday, but normally Friday morning, you got people still buying their weekly teams. It's only Friday, It's only Friday afternoon, so about 1 PM onwards, we normally see the market drop. Bellingham, again, even lower today than they were yesterday. And yeah, it's quite interesting because, of course, some of these cards are seen as very premium cards. Well, semi-premium cards. Yeah, they've taken a big crash. So lots and lots of sentiments there, all dropping. Sorry about not showing you the player cards, but there we go. Other stuff we only got ourselves yesterday is we only got Molina. Not the most demanded yet, not the most undesirable card going. Rough day for Llorente. Llorente getting replaced by the centre mids and also getting replaced by Molina. Which is why we see one of the biggest drops on this card. What do we see? 132 down to 93. So yeah, really, really cheap, 25k. It doesn't hurt, but the thing is, if you compare him to the Atlanta player we had the other day, the Atlanta player kind of has the exact same sort of stats, yet is also a live card. But obviously, if he offers chemistry for yourself, definitely not an SBC to complain about. We've got an 85 player pick, 22k, required an 84 rated squad. Didn't really do too much to 84s, they went from 2.2 to 2.5. Hooray. We'll talk a little bit about buying fodder tomorrow, I think, because fodder can be a decent investment over Winter Wildcard, but I need to do my research and then give you guys recommendations. But apart from that, I think that's going to go and wrap it up. We did go and get ourselves a centre-back Evo, but it was very boring, and I don't believe it really did too much. As you can see, literally boosting, passing and dribbling, and I think it gave the block chem style, so PlayStyle, so semi-interesting, but yeah, just not really creating anything worth talking about. But that's going to go and wrap that up, as I will be live from around about 12 midday all the way through to 6:30 today on the current Road to Glory. We're doing a 0 to 1 million coins in 20 hours. That'll start getting uploaded as of tomorrow, as maybe like an evening upload, and these sort of update videos or news videos will be in the morning. But that's that. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.